Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Here we speak about the recent news. Today it was quite hard night for me because we got the air raids here and there, and it was massive attack on Ukrainian cities and military bases. Around 50 cruise missiles and rockets were fired to Ukraine. Russia used even strategic bombers for that, and also some of them were fired from Belarusian territory, not far away from the place where I am just right now. In Desna military base, one rocket hit the monument for the victims of the Second World War. You can see it just in a picture, and Russia started to use old Soviet rockets, which is in lack of precision compared to their caliber rockets. And of course in their propaganda media they will start to tell that they destroyed all of the Himars and all the Western equipment delivered to Ukraine, which is not true. United States will give Ukraine some of the boats for patrolling the territory of the Black Sea near to the coastline. I think they will be used near to Odessa. We'll have 18 of those. I don't think that we have the big ships in service right now in Ukraine, and the biggest ship, Hetman Saiga-Dachny, was sank down by Ukrainian army for purpose because otherwise it would be just destroyed by Russian Federation. This video was released by our Ministry of Defense showing the Himars rocket artillery system delivered to Ukraine. We have some of them, you can see it on the video. Of course, the video is the bad quality, filmed during the night time, just for the enemy not to understand the position, and rockets were also fired during the night time. But we also used the old school artillery systems like Grad, Uragan, and those are the classic system as for ex-Soviet Union country. And here we have the French aiming equipment on Russian war machine BMD-4M. So as you can see, even though the sanctions were applied to Russia, we still have some of the equipment, Western-made equipment, delivered to Ukraine for their armored forces, and they use it actually to invade Ukraine. And I was in Gostomel just recently and I saw that myself, that part of the vehicles got some military stuff coming from European countries as well as from the Chinese. Meanwhile, Russia also takes part in supplying weapons to Ukraine. For example, here we have trophied self-propelled artillery system Akatsiya. It was Russian before, but now will serve for Ukrainian army. Our Minister of Defense said that according to statistics, Russia fires 1,000 shells of artillery each hour to Ukrainian troops. So Russians use some kind of psychological pressure on Ukraine. They are in lack of precision, but they cover vast areas with that fire, and of course that's the great pressure for Ukrainian armed forces. Russia started its military drills in Kaliningrad Oblast, which is a remote part of Russian territory across Lithuania. Just to remind you, Lithuania stopped supplies of some of the products from Russia and to Russia because they were sanctioned by the European Union, and obviously Lithuania is the part of EU. Probably that Russian rocket is Ukrainian spy. Just a firework. Ukraine will have more of the Himars very soon. 4 more will be supplied to Ukraine. And my friends, those supplies that we receive right now are before the Lend-Lease supplies. So Lend-Lease will be supplied, I think, in autumn for Ukraine. And this is just some extra help. Imagine what will happen after Lend-Lease supplies will start. There was a big air crash in Russia, Ilyushin 76, a quite big aircraft that is used by the Russian military. It crashed in Ryazan, I think in Ryazan city itself, because you can see some of the buildings, and that ball of flames just flying, you may see. So it got fire somehow, and lots of things in Russia now got on fire. So as you can see, it's still controllable. They maneuver, they put the bank, and they're going for the forced landing. They're flying just near to the buildings, as you can see, but they landed actually in a field, not in a building, and crash landed. Why it happened, why the fire happened, so far no one knows, but all of the crew members and maybe the passengers who were there, it's not the passenger, airplane, my friends, but still it can carry some of the people. It has pressurized cabin. As you can see, it just crash landed and no one survived. And that is what is left from the airplane, my friends. Here you can see the engine, and we have some of the eyewitness with the phone, probably coming on the bicycle. The landing gear is obviously from Illusion 76, no doubt about it. The other engine is just lying. So the airplane landed on a field, cutting some trees, and that's the massive fire. Obviously no one could survive that crash. There was a probably empennage part, the tail part of the airplane. Again, fire brigades, they try to eliminate the fire, but it's too late. Here you can see the cockpit, the part of the nose part of the airplane, and here is the engineer to the fire track. My friends, will never know the cause of that crash, because everything in Russia, especially then it comes to the military, classified. Chinese ambassador in France say that they will return Taiwan by any means, including the military. Guys, I don't know why China still pushes to Taiwan after seeing the Russia struggle here in Ukraine. The operation of capturing Taiwan for Chinese army would be the biggest military operation in human history. Taiwan obviously has lots of allies, including United States of America. The United States say that they will fight for Taiwan. So why are they pushing? I think they're just bluffing with their rhetorics, and they see what is happening in Ukraine. But still China wants Taiwan to be their part, the part of their land, which is officially true, yes, but they will not perform this military operation successfully because they have really poor army. If we speak about China, it's huge, big, but it is clumsy and much less effective even compared to Russian army. So my friends, I wouldn't worry about the military operation that China would probably take in nearby future, in few years, because they'll be devastated in Taiwan in that case. Russian Patriarch Kirill fell down in a church. Probably God knows something, and that's why he's wearing this helmet on his head. Pentagon commented on possible Ukrainian forces withdrawal from Severodonetsk. They say that controlled retreatment of Ukrainian forces to better positions will cause the Russians more losses. They already lost lots of their forces in Severodonetsk, by the way. That's the place in Chernihiv Oblast that was attacked today. Here's the Kiev, and here is the place. And here are some footages of the early morning shelling of Ukraine. As you can see, this trace of the cruise missiles. Some of them were destroyed, and some of them targeted our territory and infrastructure. This video here clearly shows the difference between Soviet-made or Russian-made artillery systems like Grad and Himars or MLRS rocket artillery systems that are made mainly in United States of America. And here is the Grad. So it can be fired just in a vast field, targeting all around and everything around. You cannot use it very precisely. We still have that weapons in Ukrainian army. And here is the Himars job. For example, here we have some of the buildings, and look at the precision. Oh my god, the precision is just between 5 meters or something compared to 170 for the Grad system. So all the buildings were targeted from the first shells. That is why this kind of weapons are very important for Ukrainian army. That is why we were waiting them for a very long time, and those are very effective. They use GPS signals, inertial reference units installed in the rockets. Very precise, very mobile. What else do we need? But this rocket system is very precise, my friends. This is Tochka U, very powerful, and we have them in Ukrainian army. Here's example of the use by Ukrainian armed forces. They just fired from the special tracks vehicles, and they bring lots of devastation to the enemy. One is just a little bit late, but nevertheless very, very powerful, my friends. Some of the politicians in the United States talk about Ukrainian armed forces to be trained on F-16s, and again it's Adam Kissinger. I'm not sure whether we can trust that guy or not. But I would like to fly F-16 in the Ukrainian armed forces. I think just my wife will not let me do it. But F-16 is really my favorite military fighter jet and I like it a lot. I also like F-35, but F-16 a little bit more because it has those fantastic smooth lines. We got the information that M777's artillery systems were delivered to Ukraine without the GPS aiming equipment. That means that we cannot precisely hit Russian vehicles with the special shells. I just hope it is the temporary issue and those will be delivered to Ukrainian army. It is this block here, transceiver of the GPS signal. We need those a lot to increase the precision of our artillery. Russia uses their attack helicopters like K-52 and Mi-24 to destroy the road that is leading to Lysychansk. That's the crucial supply line for Ukrainian army, and now you can barely use armored vehicles or light vehicles to go through that road. Just look at this big hole. Footage from the cockpit of Ukrainian Sukhoi Su-25. Awesome job. We call it flying tank. Awesome that pilot has the GoPro. Probably have lots of footages published to internet after this war, or we have during this war as well. I would also install the GoPro for the head, for the helmet, if I would be the fighter pilot. Obviously unique footage. This picture here shows the short story of the 3 Russian ATV lovers, and here we go. Sad ending for them. Some of the good news, my friends. Ukrainian people were able to collect money for 4 Bayraktars instead of 3. So the aim of the project was to collect the money for 3 Bayraktars in 1 week, but we collected money for 4 Bayraktars in 3 days. Thank you to all Ukrainians who supported that project. This project was founded by one of the biggest volunteer funds here in Ukraine, Sergei Prytula Fund. We managed to collect 600 million hryvnias, which is around $20 million. Quite a lot. I think we got the idea from Lithuania, who was able to get 1 Bayraktar for Ukrainian army. But of course Lithuania is much smaller compared to Ukraine with less population, but nevertheless they collected the money for Bayraktar. Thank you Lithuanians for your support of Ukraine and the Ukrainian army. Just hope to see more of those projects around the world. My friends, just yesterday I went to Gostomel airport and I met operator Starsky there. Fantastic guy, and he's so fast in editing that for this night he was able to edit the video and publish on his channel. Please check out that video of our collab, some sort, and conclusions about Maria airplane, how we see the further life of that piece of aviation history, whether it should be restored or not, in what way it should be restored. And you see also what Russian peace may bring to the aviation community. Total devastation, my friends. Very sad to see that happening in my country. We found some pieces of the Russian equipment, destroyed helicopters, etc. And my friends, it was fantastic opportunity to meet operator Starsky personally and to see the place in particular, to be able to film that stuff. My friends, now please press the like to this video. Also, there are some of the links where you may support me, and if you support this channel, my friends, you are awesome. I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.